Welcome to Maverick, the 44-metre Flexplorer built by Cantiere della Marche. She is an explorer with a real twist. Steel hull, aluminium superstructure, but she's got a 22mm ice belt above and below the waterline, which tells you something about the ambitions of this yacht, as does the fact that straight after this show, she's off on a 2-year non-stop cruise with the owner and their family on board. She is designed to go places, but she's also a really comfortable home from home, as we're going to find out in this full tour where we're going to show you absolutely everything. I can't wait to show you what it's like. I'm Jack Haines, welcome to YachtBuyer. It's not often I get to begin a tour in a crow's nest, but that's what you can do aboard Maverick right here at the top of the yacht. It's navigation space as well. You have the radar tower literally above me, but it's also a living space. So you have sofas on either side. The weather is clearly against us in Monaco today, but wet weather will not stop YachtBuyer, and it certainly will not stop Maverick. But what a great place to sit and soak in the views when the weather is a bit better. To get aft, you actually walk underneath the radar tower, and from the name, you probably guessed that there's a bit of affinity with Top Gun here. And these structures here are designed to look like the fins on a fighter jet. That's only the beginning of the Top Gun references we're going to see throughout this boat. And if you enjoy tours like this, make sure you subscribe to our channel. We love getting access to the big stuff, bringing it to you guys. So hit subscribe, hit the bell icon, you'll never miss one. Right, let's head downstairs, carry on with the tour. Down the ladder from the crow's nest then. Incidentally, this folds up and then goes into a cassette up there, so you can remove this when the boat's underway. And this is a wonderful deck here. Bridge deck aft. Obviously you've got the hot tub. It's not the only pool we're going to see on board Maverick, but it's pushed right up against the aft end of the deck. So when you're sitting in it with these glass sections here, you've got a wonderful view out over the back of the boat and the sun pads flanking either side. This staircase goes down to the owner's deck. That's where we're going to be going next. And then this is a really nice entertaining area. It's fun, it's relaxed, it's sociable. This lovely table raised up high with the bar stools, so you're nice and high again, maintaining that view out because you're on a nice high point here, so the views when you're out on the water will be lovely. 2 bars as well, this one here with seating around it, so again you can draw more people up around this area, having drinks, having some snacks, TV behind it as well, and the sound system all fitted in around here. And then another bar over here too with a cooktop and some lovely detailing, like the way the sink just drops down into the counter there. Really, really nicely integrated. It's a fun, intimate, but really enjoyable space to spend some time. And it's connected directly to the bridge. Before we get to the bridge itself, you have this lobby area where there's the staircase internally down to the deck below, also to port the captain's cabin, totally private with its own bathroom and very close to the bridge of course. And then here is his work area, and this is very useful because this screen shows you exactly where the family plan to travel on this thing. A 7-year-long expedition. This map is only showing 4.5 years of that expedition, but they are going to use it and travel the world with their family. What an amazing thing to do, and that is what a boat like this is designed for. Heading forward into the bridge, as you might imagine, it's a proper bridge on a boat like this. 2 very comfortable, fully adjustable Bessonsoni helm seats. They're on tracks as well, so they slide right up to the helm or right back like they are now, so people can pass in front of them, in between them, but then you can sit in them really comfortably and you have a wonderful commanding view with these inwardly raked screens. Just see the point of the bow there. It's a really, really proper commercial feeling space with all your screens lined up. You can see we've got the camera set up here, but of course you can put navigation, radar, all the boat systems will display through here as well. And then the more normal stuff like your twin throttles, your thrusters and your steering wheel. There's a little seat as well here so that you can have guests on board or the family are here. When the boat's on passage they can enjoy the ride from up on the bridge, and there are personal touches all over the boat. It feels like a home, a family space. Even having this bit of artwork up here in the bridge is a really nice little touch. Screens up here as well with all the boat systems, so these are all over the boat, but obviously important to have one up at the bridge, so from here the captain can keep an eye on tanks, levels, that sort of thing, power usage, it's all there in that one screen. It's a really impressive space. Let's head downstairs now though to the owner's deck. Down here onto the owner's deck then, this is a public walkway, but it can be partitioned off from the owner's space with sliding doors that are inside these bulkheads. And when they're open, you can walk through both sides. And this is one of the unique aspects of Maverick for this model within the CdM range, is that this is a private owner's deck. And I've talked about the playfulness of this boat. Well, nowhere more playful than this. Their youngest son's cabin on the same deck as theirs, but what a wonderful place for their son to be able to spend time on board the boat. Not just somewhere to sleep, it's a playroom as well, all of his toys lined up here, little desk, some artwork, lovely big window as well. My 5-year-old daughter would absolutely love this cabin. It's wonderful, and importantly, very close to the owner's cabin as well, so they're nice and close to him in the evening. And they like to be self-sufficient, hence why they've got this area here. They don't want to have to rely on the crew for making a coffee or having a drink, so in their cabin they've got this pantry area with a cooktop, coffee machine, fridge and freezer and a sink, so they can look after themselves in here without having to call on the crew. Moving forward, we're into the bedroom area, and you may be able to tell from the shape of the windows that ordinarily this is where the bridge would be, but these windows also deliver an amazing view forward from the bed. Imagine being in a remote anchorage somewhere, nestling up to an ice shelf or something, and this is your view when you get out of bed. Huge bed as well, but still very easy to walk around it. They've got some nice furniture in here, big furniture too, but there's still good space to walk around this bed. And the fact it just drinks in the views through these floor to ceiling windows is really rather lovely. But it continues because they have sliding door access as well out to the foredeck, where you've got the sunbathing space and of course the working area for the crew with the twin anchors. And then we arrive at the dressing room. This is a lovely big space, and as you can see, huge amount of clothes storage. The owners use this boat, it's at a boat show, but all their stuff's on board so you can see it in use, which is quite nice. Little accessory counter down here. Again, big windows, so even here you're getting nice views and plenty of natural light. Moving aft now, you have a pair of toilets. They're the same, but you've got toilet cubicles inside these. And then a really wonderful feature, which is this bathroom. It's full beam. Lovely big sink unit here. In this corner you have the shower, walk-in shower with floor to ceiling windows, so wonderful views. But on this side you have the bath, and what a lovely place to sit and have a soak. And this boat is not really going to live most of its life in marinas. This is going to be on anchor. It's going to be away from crowds, away from other boats, so you can really use these spaces and not worry about prying eyes. It's lovely, and it connects to the private aft deck as well, which is another great feature. And this is a wonderful private space. Again, pushes right back to the aft end of the deck, so you've got this nice comfortable seating area out here, but also good protection if the weather's not so good, unfortunately, like it is right at the moment. And some lovely lighting details. I haven't spoken much about lighting yet, but you see this theme projected throughout. We've got them there in the mirrors inside the bathroom, overhead on a few of the decks as well. You see that throughout the boat. It's lovely. And I talk about these playful features. Well, this is another great example of that. This wonderful suspended seat. You can have a nice little gentle swing on with your morning coffee. Yeah, I really like this feature. This whole deck works really, really beautifully for the owners. Right, let's drop a deck down then, where we'll arrive at the main deck. Now, the owner's deck is very private. You have that lovely mezzanine effect over this area, but it also connects really well down to this main deck, and what a space this is. Forward, you've got this nice big dining area here, opposite a lovely bar, and you see some of this styling that we're going to see throughout the boat, these angular features that are such a feature. Also the outside of the boat, you see that theme running through as well. And then we have this 135 square metre aft deck, and it's an incredibly functional space. First of all, you have the swimming pool that can be hidden, so the deck slides across and up to completely conceal that if you didn't want to use it. Obviously, it's a wonderful place to chill out in the sun. You've got the sun loungers laid out, the parasols with their really interesting different colours. I talk about the playfulness, that's a great example of that. But it's a functioning deck as well. You may have spotted the enormous A-frame that's currently up. That folds down into the deck when it's not in use. There's flaps on either side, so you can clear that away completely when you don't want to use it. That has got a 4-ton weight capacity, so you can put some big tenders on here. This has got a 9.2 metre custom tender. It's also got space for a sailing boat next to it, but of course you can lift all sorts of toys on and off using that thing. It also connects down to a beach club, gym, engine room. We're going to look at all of that in a moment, but before we head down there, let's go inside and have a closer look at the main deck. This main saloon really solidifies that home from home feel that they were trying to achieve on board Maverick. I love this central pod, whether you're snoozing, reading, watching the TV that drops down from the ceiling, or just taking in the views through the windows. You're going to find somewhere really comfortable in this seating area here. It's lovely, very relaxed as well, informal. You've got the bar over here, here's another bar. This is very well stocked. And you see you've just got the fridge there that the family guests can just go and help themselves. Again, they don't have to rely on the crew to do that sort of stuff. You do have a more formal dining table. This is a really nice space. This big bench that looks out over the aft deck, what a wonderful view you've got from there. Even when you're inside with the doors open, you've got a great aspect down the aft deck. And the lighting motif, again, these are good because these are on cords. You can see they can drop down lower to the table or sink back into the ceiling depending on how you want to illuminate this area. Now onwards to the galley. This, for a 40-metre yacht, is a really impressive space, and you'll notice some things. There are stools here at the breakfast bar. You don't often see that, but that goes into the fact that there's a family that are going to use this. The owner's wife likes to cook, and she will cook and involve the crew, and you know, it's going to be a familial relationship. They're going to be on this boat together, crew and family, for a long time. So they're going to become one big family, and this galley really builds into that, from its size, the sociable arrangement, the way it connects to the saloon, and obviously it's designed with equipment to be on board for a very long time. Really good cooking arrangement, a walk-in freezer, which is something you do not see on yachts of this size, certainly on the main deck, and as my cold bare feet can attest, it's very, very cold. You've got a freezer in there as well, but that's pretty rare cold storage on a yacht of this size. You can see fridge is at 3.4 degrees, minus 20 for the freezer, so it's very effective. Coffee machine, microwave up here, but it's that social aspect that you just aren't used to seeing. Crew access is down there. The crew are currently living and working on board, so we're not going to disturb them, but we'll put the layout plan up on the screen so you can see how much space they have. It's a 7-man crew, not huge, but again, they're going to be living with these guys for a long time, so they want it to be a nice personal relationship. Moving forward on the main deck, there's a day head over on this side, alcohol and cigar storage, all very nicely lit up over there next to the staircase, and then we are through to the VIP, which actually belongs to the owner's eldest child. Big amount of storage over here, huge desk on this starboard side, really nice place to work with this large window overhead. There's also a walk-in wardrobe, so clothes storage not an issue at all in this cabin, and you pick up the lighting motif again, really clear inside this cabin over this lovely big bed, which is a really, really nice size. I really like the detailing as well. The bright pink against the sort of lighter woods works very nicely in this artwork above the bed, opposite what is a huge TV. And to get a sense of the floor space, well, there's even room for a treadmill here, opposite the mirror with the 2 large bedside tables. Again, another big patch of hull window. Obviously we're full beam here, so this is a really nice spacious cabin with plenty of headroom. And even though you've got that walk-in wardrobe, it shares space across the beam with this bathroom. This is still a really good size with the toilet cubicle over there, sink behind, and then a lovely large shower cubicle as well. It's a lovely cabin. Let's head downstairs and have a look at the rest of the guest cabins. Here on the lower deck, much like elsewhere on the boat, you have self-sufficiency. There's a coffee machine, a sink, and storage for supplies, so that the family guests can cater themselves again without having to be in contact with the crew, and it's well placed between the 4 cabins we have down here. We're going to start with the twins, very similar in layout, nice size, plenty of space between these twin berths, which are also pretty generous. You've got controls down on the bedside table for lighting and for the blinds as well, and there's Pullman berths in both of these too, so you can have an extra berth in these cabins to sleep 3. You can see your storage up here on this side, and there's a TV behind the door, and then behind that bulkhead you find the ensuite bathroom, which is a pretty good size, large separate shower cubicle over there, and a nice bit of hull window as well, so natural light's coming in pretty nicely. If we carry on through this deck, we arrive at the double cabins. Now the layout is the same, but they're personal. You know, for each of the children, they're personalised to their own taste. This one, for example, has got the computer set up here. They've both got huge TVs, so this is not just going to be a sleeping space for them. They're living on board for a very long time. This is also somewhere they can hang out, have their own space, obviously have their personal effects. Big bathroom behind that bulkhead as well. And if we come over this side, yes, again, same layout, but slightly different decor, different artwork. Again, personal to each occupant. But they've got a really nice footprint. As I said, you know, they're going to be more than just sleeping in here. They will be living, so there needs to be space to move around and do stuff that isn't just involved with going to sleep. Big storage, of course, because they're going to need that for the length of time they'll be on board. Wardrobe here, wardrobe behind the door, and let's have a quick look at one of these bathrooms as well. Twin sinks. These are ever so slightly bigger in terms of their footprint. So you have that slightly bigger sink and a slightly bigger shower cubicle as well. Really nicely proportioned spaces. Here at the aft end you have this huge transom hatch. This is actually all staircase, but when it's up you're left with this staircase down on the port side. The reason it lifts up is because it gives you access to the beach club, the gym, the engine room. Before we head in there though, you've got the transformer too, so you can see in this position it's up and facing the quayside. You've got the separate passerelle too to board on and off the boat, but this also drops down into the water to create a really lovely passageway into the sea, and as you can see, it's a very useful bit of kit for lifting toys in and out. But of course, let's not forget you've got that enormous A-frame overhead too. I'm feeling very at home in this persistent drizzle, so this is a great place to go now and shelter inside the gym. Now this is a very flexible space. As you can see, at the moment it's set up with a gym, you've got your weight rack over there, Peloton bike here, but it could also be a more traditional beach club if you wanted it to be more of a living space, nicely connected to the water. Again, you've got somewhere you can serve yourself down here with a fridge and a sink. You can see the pool in here as well, which is very cool. Obviously we've seen that from on deck, but that's what it looks like from underneath. Nice that they've made it a feature with the window there as well. If we go to the engine room, here on the port side is a really very impressive laundry space. They're going to be on board for 7 years. They're going to be doing a lot of laundry and they have got the equipment to do that. And it's nice also that it's not taking up space inside the crew accommodation. Totally separate space back here with loads of room for them to use the machines, iron, folding, that sort of stuff is all very easy to do. Bear in mind, it's only a 44-metre yacht. And that is even more striking when we get into the engine room. Come and have a look at this. Before we get into the engine room itself, there's this ante-room on the starboard side. It's home to the shore power, converter systems, water maker, and obviously really well kitted out for all the scuba diving gear as well. Nice to have that all placed in the same area, very easy to look after and get to. And then through a huge watertight door and into the engine room space itself. Again, this is a 44-metre yacht. I've been on 50-metre yachts that have engine rooms half the size of this. It's incredible. The other thing is, this is a boat that's going to live autonomously for a very long time. They don't want to be having to go into shore for anything really. So the engineer needs to be able to work on the move. And with things like this massive workbench, he can very easily indeed. You can genuinely work on equipment down here and you have the space to do it. Coffee machine as well. All the important stuff is covered. But yeah, it's a proper work area. Very, very well designed. And look at the space in here. Once you get in between the engines, just towering headroom. It's absolutely vast and the access to everything is just superb. From the water maker just out through that door to the 3 generators, they are in splendid isolation. It's so easy to get to them, take the covers off, inspect them, and it's the same with the engines. These are Cat C32s, 1300 horsepower each. Look at the exhaust system. It's a thing of architectural beauty. It's functional, but my God, does it look good as well. Now let's talk about her cruising abilities. So she's designed to cruise at 10 knots. Originally, the yard predicted a 5,000 nautical mile range, but in cruising the boat, having delivered it, the owners have lived on it already, they're getting more like 6,800 nautical miles of range. And to put that into context, that means you cross the Atlantic and come back again with plenty of fuel to spare. Pretty phenomenal. What Maverick shows is what can be achieved with a super yacht when owner and yard are in perfect harmony. This was laser guided to provide something for a family who wanted a boat that they could live on board comfortably, that felt like a home, but also has the ability to take them anywhere in the world. It is that perfect marriage of form and function, and it is what the life of being on board a super yacht, I think, should be about. Let me know what you think about Maverick in the comments below. I think she's a pretty special boat. Thank you very much for watching that tour of Maverick. If you enjoyed the video, please do give it a like. We'd really appreciate it. And if you like this style of boat, we've got a great tour of a San Lorenzo 500 EXP called Arrow. It's got a helicopter and a submarine on board. I'll put that for you up there. If you've enjoyed this, you'd like to subscribe, that would be great. You can do that by clicking up here. Thanks again for watching. I'm Jack Haines. This is YachtBuyer.